Hey YouTubers. This place is nice. I don't know what I was expecting, but nothing this big. I mean, it's got a couch and a coffee table, which is what my laptop is on. TV, microwave, small fridge. Even has an ironing board in the closet. Wooden hangers. Decent sized bed. You know. I don't think much of the lighting landscape, but oh wait a minute, there's another light. Okay, I'm missing a light switch. I had to call the other guy for a light switch thing. Oh wow. Hey, they got a pretty big shower too. Okay, so I see a light without, I can't find the corresponding light switch, but that would probably, no, that's the fan. Okay, I don't know, I'll find it eventually, I suppose. And the other place, it was behind some stuff, hiding where the plugs were, hiding it, kind of thing. But I think that would solve the lighting situation here, because it's a little too dim for my taste. But I don't see the switch anywhere. Anywho, yeah, I usually don't check a place out this closely, but I've already been in so many, and after my online expedition of I don't know how many hours. Oh, there, she even has their emblem. That's cool. That's cool. Well, this hotel has seen better days, apparently. It's pretty big. Checking it out since I'm going to be here for a whole week, kind of thing. Still can't believe I committed that many days, but like I said, after going through the whole darn thing and heat of the moment kind of thing, heat of battle. Alright, anywho, I have no idea what that switch would be. Well, you would imagine it have to be at least in that part of the thing, so maybe the... Okay, it is, hey, 2 p.m. 2:01. But it isn't, because now it's 1:01. Yeah, it's not Eastern time over here. So, yeah, on the bus ride over here, it occurred to me that, you know what, the limitations I thought I had, no I don't. As far as in reference to Puerto Rico, what I had was dealing with the hostel, dealing with an extremely distinct culture, dealing with the language barrier, and then on top of that, dealing with any philosophical differences different organizations have, and my opinion of them. Not that it should matter, and not that it does matter. I mean, maybe it should matter, but at this point it doesn't matter. It still matters to some, but I wouldn't be one of them. So, yeah, philosophy is nice, especially if you're young. But, yeah, when push comes to shove, right? You want to remain idealistic throughout your entire life. I hope you have a very nice life. Because if it gets ugly, that's going to be one heck of a thing to bring you down. Anyway, examining my situation, I don't have any limits as far as what I'm prepared. The job I'm prepared to do, or the organization that I am going to go to for assistance. It's just whatever I can. That being said, I don't make it a habit of telling who my employer is anyway, because employees should not talk about their employers unless they have, I've already stated this, unless they have nothing but good things to say. And that never happens. So, don't bring it up. Don't go there. What I want is good pay. Yeah, so I can't expect the conditions to be that great. Obviously it has to be state affiliated, because no private enterprise is going to pay you anything. I mean, once you have seniority, or, you're a specialist or whatever the heck, fine. But all in all, if someone's just a liberal studies, a BA in liberal studies, especially someone long in the tooth, and not to mince my words, a female, which, let's face it, a lot of people still don't like having co-workers that are females. Let's just be blunt and throw that out there. I could say something about Mississippi, but at this point in time, I think Mississippi, as it has been traditionally known, it is basically very reflective of the country in general at this point. Yeah. Hey, they said they'd rise again. I guess they did. Good for them. If I want a job, I just think I really need to shut up, right? But anywho, I re-upped with all my opinions intact, so I already know I don't have any limits. Okay? When you need a paycheck, you need a paycheck. Sad realities of the world, yes? Okay. What else? Those 2 days were so disheartening as far as prospects of don't get me wrong, I'm sure there are plenty of housing programs in Atlanta and whatever that, I mean, once you go through the whole ordeal of whatever the heck, I don't have those kind of resources to just sit tight and let the process progress at its own rate. I don't have it. So out of my reach. Completely out of my reach. So the hell with it. So, what the housing situation is locally, I don't know, and I am too terrified to even think about it for the next couple of days. And everything's going to be closed. It's a weekend anyway, right? So until Monday, let Monday's reality be dealt with on Monday. No, it's not 2. It's 1:07 on a Friday. It's Friday, isn't it? All the days are mixing together now. Yeah. And I still have not caught up in my sleep, and I haven't eaten a piece of fresh fruit or vegetables in 2 days. Nothing but white bread and Vienna sausages, which I still have my loaf of white bread and another can of Vienna sausages. So I can go the rest of the day without scouting around for a supermarket, but I'm not going to do that. I got a microwave and I got a small fridge. I'm going to get myself some vegetables somehow. So I guess that's my main task for the day. I lie so thoroughly. I'm going to go on some state sites, not job sites. I mean, if you're eager to be scammed, or unless you have plenty of experience, or you're young enough and they figure you're fine not getting paid or whatever the heck it is that goes on in these people's minds, they're not going to bother with you. So I'm going to go straight to whatever job site, the website, to the specific organization or department or whatever that I want to look into. I'm done with job sites. That's if you're young or experienced, or preferably both. With that degree, right? 1 out of 3 ain't gonna cut it. 2 out of 3, who knows? But I've already had it up to here, and I at this point in time, I'm not going to deal with it. So I'm going to go directly to whatever website of the organization I'm trying to look into. Forget it. They're just crunching the numbers at that point, right? How old is this person? How much experience do they have? What kind of certifications do they have? And what can we get away with as far as not paying them a dang thing? I maybe have, what, 1 out of 3? So, forget about it. Anywho, yeah, I just don't have the strength to look into the housing things right now. Because if I really wanted to kick it, I can spend a couple of hours trying to find someone to talk to. No, no. I did all that in Atlanta. That's burned it for me for a couple of days. I'll deal with that on Monday. And after I've looked into whatever might be available locally as far as jobs are concerned. I don't want to. Don't tell me about housing. I don't want to know. I can't deal with it. So that's where I'm at as far as my thinking is concerned, as far as my approach is concerned. Yeah, I have no idea. And wow. I got in a conversation with one of the Uber drivers, and he asked some questions that got me thinking. He asked some darn good questions, because I had told him I had traveled abroad, and he was asking me about different countries and all this, and my views about certain political issues, and he really asked dang good questions, and it just really got me thinking, and I've had to stop and then really I mean, everything has changed. It's just, that's something. So as far as Mississippi, Mississippi is the U.S. I don't see any difference. There is no difference. So, at least that part. You know, when we're coming through the city, I didn't see one piece of litter. I think that's the thing that shocked me the most. I mean, not that everything was sparkling and pristine. No, it's an old town. It's an old southern town. But I didn't see one piece of litter. In other words, it's an old town, to a certain extent run down, but it's really well kept. You know what I mean? I mean, the lawns are cut. There's no litter anywhere. Everything is like in its place, kind of thing. And everything's old, but it's well kept, kind of thing. I did see a piece of plastic kind of blowing in the wind, like tumbleweed. No, when we turned into the block where the Greyhound thing was, then I saw the litter. But up to that point, I mean, that was like a couple of miles. I mean, the rest of the town was like, that was the only thing I found shocking. I didn't see one piece of litter until we turned into the Greyhound block. Okay, here we go. Now this looks like a downtown area. But until that point, I didn't see one piece of litter. And that's the only impression that really stands out in my mind, is just, wow, what is this? So, yeah. So that was interesting. I don't know if that's creepy or not, but it's interesting. I've never seen that, so I don't know. I don't even know what my opinions are supposed to be anymore. It certainly doesn't matter anymore, that's for certain. But it's just survival mode now. Just survival mode. And whatever old attitudes were supposed to be, they're gone. So, because everything's BS at this point. If you're expecting your old attitudes to carry you through, forget it. They're gone. I mean, if assuming you look around and really take a look at stuff, that's all gone. Because Mississippi now is the U.S. And the U.S. is Mississippi. There is no difference now. So that's just the way it is. Survival mode. So, watch your own back. Take care of your own business. Keep your head down. So, yeah. No more ideals. They're out the window. The world, or at least the part of it you're in, is determined to burn everything to the ground. So, you know what? Hey. Good for you. Alright. So, hey. This is where I'm back. This is where I had to return to. So. Because every culture has its own issues. Look, I am not going to be a teacher if they're not going to pay me. And if they got a problem with a woman traveling abroad to teach, that's their cultural dilemma, and I got my own problems. I don't need anyone else's. So any way I look at it, the teaching field, they can keep it. It's been nothing but a hassle. It doesn't pay anything. It's just, you know, if they're receptive to you being a teacher, wonderful. If they're prepared to pay you something that you can actually live on, wonderful. Otherwise, it's, nah, I got my own problems. I don't need anyone else's. I'm good. That's the way you want to be. So if I have to come back here and just find another field to get into, then that's exactly what I have to do. So I'm going to find another field to get into. We're done. That's fine. They've made sure it's not worth it, so you know what? It's not worth it. Okay. So it goes on. Life goes on. All right, it is, this says 2:19, but I know it's 1:19, at least local time. 1:19 p.m., October 7th, 2022, here in Jackson, Mississippi. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, and I will talk to you later. Take care.